All right, first of all, before I get into the serious stuff, who likes free stuff? Who likes free stuff? Everybody likes free stuff, right? All right, who likes my shirt? So you like my shirt?
Yes.
All right, so now I'm gonna give y'all a chance to get one of these shirts, but you gotta know something about your community. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. You gotta know a little something about your community, all right? I'm gonna take the first person that raises their hand. Who knows how many liquor establishments there are in Park Heights?
About 15.
Who knows?
10.
Oh, wow, I wish. We wish.
15.
Nope. Higher.
50.
Lower. Seems like it, but no.
25.
Close.
36.
Oh, real close.
40.
27.
She's real close, but higher.
40.
Lower.
Okay.
45.
38. Okay.
38. Who said 38?
Right there.
There you go. 38. There you go. Okay. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay. Who knows what is the area that is to get developed in Park Heights, in Central Park Heights called? Ringer? No. You can't answer. Who knows?
When you say it's the area, you talking about the borderline?
The area that's to be redeveloped according to a master plan.
Is it Park Lane?
What's it called?
Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
No?
That's
That's part of it though.
Yeah.
But what is it called?
The new Park Heights,
We
something.
wish. We wish. All right, it's not the stabilization area, but
It's called home.
Redevelopment. Redevelopment. Park Heights redevelopment.
the major redevelopment area. That's it. That's
All right.
it. Okay. Okay. How many schools are there in the master plan area?
About 3.
Close. How many are there now?
Okay.
That are open?
I would say 7. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, 5.
Y'all close. One said 5, one said 3. Y'all
3.
close.
3.
4. Who said 4? There you go. Okay. There you go. All right, we got 2 more really quick. Who knows how many vacant houses there are in Park Heights? Now, see, that's a loaded question, because it's going to go into my presentation.
20.
90? It's 90 on, okay. Nope.
15.
Okay, easy question. I'm gonna give an easier question. What is the name of the Merchants Association from Garrison to Northern Parkway? You can answer that. Who's that? Pimlico Merchants Association. He's a ringer, I know, he's a ringer. The council person is a ringer, but keep working. You can give it to somebody, if you want. All right, last one. Last one. How many communities are there in Park Heights that make up the Park Heights community? He's a ringer, he's definitely a ringer. But he got it right. So he can give it away if you want. Mr. Patoka. Okay. So I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. So we're talking about the Affordable Housing Community Land Trust. And let me give a little background on our information for those that don't know about our organization. Our organization was created in 1999. It was formerly known as the Reisterstown Park Heights Southern Team. Okay, and our organization has had 2 presidents since 1999. We had 1 president for 10 years, and y'all might know this guy. His name is Oscar Cobbs.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar was our president for 10 years.
Yeah.
And in 2009, I was elected by the community organizations in Park Heights on January 6, 2009, as the president of the Reisterstown Park Heights Southern Team. In that, we saw that in working with, and consistently with the Park Heights Master Plan, that there were some things, no plan is perfect. No plan is perfect. But our goal and our interest is, in our mission statement, is to protect the interests and work with the interests of the residents in the Park Heights community. The 33,000, at the time was 33,000 residents in the Park Heights community. So in that we saw some opportunity. One, there is about 2,200, a little more than 2,200 vacant houses in Park Heights. That was a loaded question, right? And I said that, it was a loaded question. You did say, you said that? I owe you a shirt. Oh, you were, oh, you did, okay. So there's about 2,200 vacant houses in Park Heights. And so while the master plan addresses what happens in the major redevelopment area, for the most part, but there's an area around the major redevelopment area called the stabilization area. So a lot of what our focus is going to be on land trust is going to be into the stabilization area and working with the developers and all that come in the major redevelopment area. Because it's hard to make one part of Park Heights look good and then have the other part not looking so good. Okay, right now, a whole lot of it doesn't look good. But there has to be a plan going forward. So what is the Affordable Housing Community Land Trust? It was legislation that was passed in 2010. The state of Maryland, now these have been done in other states since the 80s. In 2010, the state of Maryland put on the books, with help of people like myself and University of Maryland, University of Baltimore, that put the legislation on the books in 2000 to create an Affordable Housing Community Land Trust. What it does is, it is a covenant between the community and the government on land, and basically puts 99-year leaseholds on land to make affordable housing permanent on 99-year terms and renewable terms of 99 years. How is that done? Anybody want to know how that's done? Okay, so it's done with what's called a ground lease agreement. Okay, so those of y'all that pay ground rent may understand part of that. And some of y'all that work for the city know all about that, what the ground rents are. All right, what it does, it is a ground lease agreement. And in that ground lease agreement is a covenant that says how much you can resell your house for, how much of the equity you can enjoy. And it puts the covenant on the land that says this property must be maintained affordable for 99 years. The affordability is maintained because it's done with, and let me make a distinction between low income and affordable. Because some people associate them the same. Low income is not affordable housing. Well, low income can be affordable housing, but affordable housing is not necessarily low income housing. Okay, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So when you think of low income housing, people think Section 8, you think HUD-VASH, you think all those types of things when you talk about low income housing. When you talk about affordable housing, we're talking about something that is based on the average median income of that community. And that's what governs the land trust. That's what governs its resale value, and that's what governs how much you can sell a property for afterwards. Okay, so let me give you a real world example. You have a property that was a vacant house, okay, in Park Heights. Let's say in Park, we have a vacant house in Park Heights. And that house was bought through Vacants to Value. Give you a real world example. Bought through Vacants to Value for about $6,000, okay? Now, there was about a $70,000 investment put into that property to renovate it. So now you're in this deal at about $81,000, right? About $80,000. What the land trust does is it is a restricted covenant on the sale of the property. So if the average median income in the community is $32,000, okay, let's say it's $32,000 in Park Heights, average median income. Then we know that there's a cap on that. You can sell that property for about $120,000, $130,000, okay? So in the real world scenario, this is a house that is comparable to property that's redeveloped. For example, on Reisterstown Road, go down in Park Circle, or some on Violet Avenue. Those properties were being resold at $160,000 to $180,000. Some of them were up to $210,000. The restriction put on the Affordable Housing Community Land Trust is that property can't be sold for more than $125,000. That property sold just like those properties, sold for $109,000. Okay, it's a big, that's a long way from $160,000, long way from $140,000, long way from $180,000. And what that does, that covenant is on that property for 99 years. And the properties in that area are done for that period of time. it is used as as a community stabilization tool. So that's how you stabilize neighborhoods, when you can stabilize the revenues, and you can stabilize the redevelopment costs and stabilize the resale values on property. Now you have a block that can be redone, and they're stabilized at that cost and at that price. So developers don't come in and make $50 or $60 or $80,000 per property. They're not gonna make that kind of money. But what they make their money is in volume. This is all my developers that may be in the room. You make your money on volume. So, and what we want in Park Heights is you to develop in volume. Okay, we want more properties developed. So how do we incentivize that for you? Through the land trust concept in itself, we can offer a full fair market value